Hi everyone, for today's video I am going to talk about one of my 2016 goals, and that is to work on my lettering a little bit. I'm okay at lettering, but I definitely want to improve it. One of the main things that I want to improve is the time it takes me to write something out in a fancy little font. But yeah, so I thought I would take you through what I've done so far this year and show you what I'm doing. So this is my little journal for my lettering, and it has this cute little rubber band to hold everything in place and a ribbon to keep my spot, which is always nice. So inside I have a little piece of cardstock, and that's just to put in between the pages so it doesn't bleed through. And I just have my name in there. And then I don't know why I skipped that page, probably because it lays kind of weird. I don't know. But anyways, let's get into what I'm doing. So each page I'm filling up quite a bit and just trying different fonts. This was my first day, so I was just kind of really quickly scribbling sort of what I know how to do. One of the main fonts I wanted to work on was my cursive, especially when it's really spread out. I just like the way that idea looks, and I kind of want to perfect that, so I'm kind of working on that. And just my cursive in general, because I've never been very happy with it. So that is what a lot of this journal is, and I'm also trying different fonts from like Microsoft Word and stuff that I'm trying to figure out how to do on my own. So what I do when I am sitting down to practice these fonts, I'm usually, actually, so far I'm always in front of the television, and so if I can't think of something to write, I just write down whatever I hear on TV, like contamination. That was a word from, I was watching Breaking Bad at the time, so the episode was fly, and if you know that, the fly was a big contamination, so that's where that came from. I must have been checking my bank statement at the time, because it says Bank of America on there, and Jesse Pinkman. I just kind of just write whatever. As long as I'm writing something, it is practice, and that is how I work. So that's what these couple of pages are, and I'm using a crappy pen in this one. Actually, I like it for drawing, but I don't like it for lettering. And once I got through these couple pages here, I realized that I didn't like that pen, so I switched to the one that I use for the rest of the time, and that is this Pilot V razor point, and it's an extra fine point pen, and the pen tip looks like this, and yeah, I really like the way it feels when I'm writing in this notebook. However, it does bleed through or a shadow quite a bit, so in my actual journal, I use a Pigma Micron to work on my journal. But just for my practice thing, I like using this. So next page, I am working on that cursive. You can see where it's spread out, and I'm just using a couple of different sayings that I like, and I tried adding a little bit of color. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's like a little pinkish purple color in there, and just working on some banners. And this one was supposed to say banana, but I didn't bring the beginning of it down far enough, so it looks like fanana, which is not what I meant to say, but yeah. And Jake, if you don't know, is my dog's name, and Daisy is my kitty, and Allie is my daughter. So that you'll see that quite a bit throughout this journal, mostly because I write them a lot in my real day-to-day journal. So yeah. So this is just a quick, fast, just scribbling down the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And I was practicing my A's and my R's, just fooling around there. Nothing too serious. I was just seeing how fast I could write it, really. So on these two spreads, again, working on that cursive and getting into some narrow capital letters, and kind of mixing the tall capital letters with a little bit of cursive in there, just seeing what it would look like. And I'm starting to write more phrases. I like my happy kid and my last name. And you are so beautiful to me. I sing that to Allison every once in a while just because, I don't know, I always have ever since she was little, and I sing it in a really silly voice, which no, I will not show you because it's embarrassing. Anyways, moving on. Here I started with the color using my Sharpie markers, and I traced around it, and I kind of like the way that looks, so I'm going to work on that a little bit and see if I can do that and work on using that for my planner and my journal. I'm just trying different phrases, and again working on the cursive, and I'm realizing I really need to work on my spacing, because you can see I'm going spread out here and then it gets squished, and this is the way my real cursive is, and it's annoying, so I'm definitely working on that. Now for this page and the next one, I brought up Microsoft Word and I found a few fonts that I really liked. This one isn't. This one is just again, that spread out cursive that I like, but the rest of these were a font on Microsoft Word, and I just didn't write them down because I'm stupid. And so yeah, and then I was just working on a speech bubble and seeing how that would work. Again, this page is Microsoft Word fonts, except for this one. This is my signature really spread out, so I just wanted to try that out. See what it would look like with a little bit of added shading or emphasis on that, on the downstrokes of the letters. And yeah, I really like this one. This font is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's definitely one that I want to work on and perfect for my planner and my journal, because I really like the way it looks. And here I am just playing around again with that, tracing around the Sharpie letters, and then this is my favorite word to write out in the spread out cursive, because I don't know, I've done this one for a long time, which is kind of what made me want to learn how to write other words than just imagine in that cursive. So yeah, and here I was just practicing basic first grade lettering or whatever that you learn basically in kindergarten or first grade, how to properly write your letters. And here I was wanting to write a word and a name, and I don't know why, but the name Amy came to be. So I was just kind of writing Amy over and over, just seeing different ways I could do it and seeing what I liked. I wanted to try slanting off to the left to see what that would look like. And then I get into another phrase, of course, that I live by, which is life is better with a Boston Terrier, which is just true. Yeah. And this is my real handwriting, everything except for that, obviously. But I was just seeing, again, how fast I could write, and kind of, as I was writing this, I was kind of thinking of different ways that I could change it up a little bit, and yeah. This is another way that I work on lettering, is I take a show that I really like, a show or a movie, and I'll write the name of it, and then I'll just write different things that go along with that show or movie, and you know, just try and fill the page up as much as I can. So I'm just trying a bunch of different things there. And here is just a question and answer type of thing, little quote, why is it called beauty sleep? When I wake up, I'm far from beautiful. I just thought that was funny, so I wrote it down, and I think it looks cute. Again, with that, writing it with a Sharpie and tracing around it with my black pen. I love this a lot, this handwriting. It's very basic, very fun, and I think it looks really cute, and I have already used this in my journal, but this was just something I was playing around with, and I really liked the way it looked, so yeah. I messed up on Tennessee. These little dots in the ends and on the S's should have been on the outside instead of the inside, so I messed up there, but the rest of them looks decent. So I'm just taking names of people that I know, like Greg, and Lauren is Greg's girlfriend, and my dog, and you know, just different things. And Tamperlia and Alone are the names of 2 of my books, so those are on there. And I like to doodle, and I come from New York, and my mom's name is Diane, and I was just playing around with writing a little daisy over there. Okay, and here is some more little, just trying out different fonts. I like this one. This one is like that one that I want to perfect, so I was just playing around with that a little bit. And again, I was just working with serif a little bit here, and just writing random things. Carrots are orange, and eat your fruits and vegetables, and donuts make me smile. I don't know, I was just couldn't think of anything to write, so my first idea was to write apples, bananas, carrots, so A, B, C, D, and go all the way through the alphabet. But this font takes me quite a while, so each word probably took about 5 minutes to write, and I realized that if I go all the way through the alphabet, I was probably going to be there forever. So I decided just to switch it up and try a few different things on that same page that all pertain to food. So that's what I did. Here, again, I'm just working on my my long, stretched out cursive and a couple of other random fonts. This I was using my Pigma Micron pen in red, and I just wanted to see what it would look like in this journal and see how it would feel writing in that. I was going to switch from this Pilot V Razor Point pen to a Pigma Micron, but then I realized I don't really want to waste my Pigma Micron ink on just a crappy little journal. Here's the little quote that I did with that, writing in Sharpie and then tracing around it. And here my idea was to make the letters as fat as possible, except for the and. And I like the way it looks. It looks cute. This is one of the fonts that I want to perfect. This isn't a perfect representation of what it really looks like, but it's something that I want to really perfect. It's called Swing Set. It's one of the ones that I downloaded off of a free website for fonts, and so I practiced it a little bit, and I'll be practicing it more. And this is another one. I think this one comes on Microsoft Word already, so I didn't download this one. It's called French Script, and I was just kind of practicing it a little bit. I thought it was the one that I wanted to perfect, that I did my name back in here, but it wasn't. It's actually, where'd it go? Where'd my name go? Here it is. So I thought it was this one, but then as I was getting through the alphabet, I realized it was not the one that I thought it was. So I finished up, and there's some letters that I really don't like in this font. I don't like the little curls at the beginning of some of these letters, and I hate the I, the capital I. But there's some things in here that I do like, so I decided to keep going through it, and yeah. And this one, I was just, this is actually a silly story. I was working on the cursive again, like this one is like my name, and I wrote sleep because that's one of my favorite things to do, and Allison saw that, and she grabbed my journal, and she told me I should do this because I don't sleep very often. I get on really weird sleeping patterns, which is also another one of my goals for 2016, but I have not been very good about that. I want to try getting on a somewhat normal sleeping schedule, but it's really hard for me. But anyways, we live in a very strange world. I was watching YouTube videos that were just really, really weird things, like 5 unexplained disappearances and stuff, so that's why I wrote that. And then Allison asked me if she could spend the night over at her friend's house. And she's been over there like every weekend for the past few weeks, so I just was being silly, and I said, Cynthia is attempting to steal my daughter. You can't have her, she's mine. So I was just being silly, but that's what I do to practice this writing. Here I was just practicing a couple random quick banners, seeing how fast I could do them. They look like garbage, but I wasn't trying to be perfect about it. And a couple little doodles, and sleep again, and then green and red are Christmas. And I actually used green and red pen. Half of it is green and half of it is red. Just wanted to see how I could make that look. And again, practicing cursive and trying to do some fatter fonts like that. And really practicing my R's because I really hate my R in cursive. It's one of my least favorite letters to write is a lowercase r. It drives me crazy. And then the final page is just trying to change the perspective on a couple of things, like trying to make it look like it fades away or gets bigger, and making it shrink down just to see if I could do it. And I also kind of wanted to add some doodles to words and see how that would look, like a little tornado and a cloud and a sun. So that is it. I'm going to keep going through this journal and fill it all up. I've got a little more than half to go on that. And then I'll end up going back through the journal and filling in even more because I've had one of these journals in the past where I've practiced my lettering, and I like to really cram the pages full, but not to begin with. To begin with, I like to get through the notebook, and then I'll go back and I can have lots of room here, and this will be completely full with very little white space in between the words and everything once I am completely done with it. And when I'm completely done with it, I'll run through it again and show you guys what I did with it. And yeah, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want some ideas for trying out different lettering, or maybe a tutorial or something on how I do my lettering, let me know. If there's any lettering in here that you like and you want me to show you how to do it, just kind of tell me which one you're looking at and I'll see what I can do. But in the next few months, or till the end of 2016 anyways, you're going to see some more quote doodles, which is the main reason why I am practicing my lettering. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you again very soon.